Welcome back to a further episode of Men's Inner Health with Mark Randall. In this conversation, I'd like to curiously inquire and explore around the development of more of a positive mindset. In one of the previous episodes, I talked about, and I will come back to it, more about us men developing our heart mindset. My belief is our heart mindset is the overarching, it's that deep inner essence of ourself that's holding both realms of our psyche, the positive and the negative. And I'll explore more of that down the track. When we have a history of negative mindset, we men push really, really, really hard to try and prove that we are okay. And yes, deep down, look, we are okay. Deep down, really, in the deep heart of men are, we are amazing. You talk to your partner and, your partner and your friends, they will see the good side. Yeah, they'll also see the negative sides of ourselves. But how do we start to see those negative sides to ourselves? And how do we start to rebuild those negative sides, those negative messages, those negative connotations that we have of ourselves? I jokingly say in that head-heart model, when we've had a history of childhood traumas, hurts, disappointments, family breakdowns, bullying, you name it, we can develop a sort of an 88% negative mindset dialogue, and we keep looping around in that. We'll have moments where life's okay, but we're pinching ourselves. This is too good to be true. I'm feeling really good, but I'm waiting for the funk and glunk, and I'll be down and back. This is where this is her familiar zone. I know this zone really well. I'm back there, glunk. Now it is really hard. We've got this old patterns, and funnily enough, the brain, whether it's positive habits, there are plenty of negative habits that we keep defaulting to. And I think that's where I wanted to process more of the emotional stuff, because there is so much information in the emotional zone that we're just we're missing the picture here. We're not even connecting the dots. There's bits of the jigsaw puzzle missing. Now, learning to develop a positive mindset, that takes time. My first foray into was gratitude statements. Now, I saw it somewhere on social media or in one of the training groups I was in. How about writing 3 gratitude statements per day in my journaling? When I first started, I would try and write the first one, I've got nothing to be fucking grateful for or have gratitude for. I'm joking, but you get the gist. And so, over a period of time, daily journaling, learning to write 3 gratitude statements. The old self, it's sort of like it does, we write it, but it doesn't want to believe it. I'm just writing it for writing's sake. But the more, it's like retraining the brain. Happiness just doesn't come. Funnily enough, have to work it, learn how to be happy, and writing gratitude statements, writing positive. I can write the words, but they're just words. But by writing the words, we're starting to set an intention for gratitude. Gratitude that, hey, we've been fortunate enough to be born into this beautiful world of ours. There's gratitude there. All right, sometimes we don't. That's bullshit. Oh God, this is bullshit. You know, the grind of life, the rinse and repeat, the Groundhog Days. You know, here we go again. But it's like practice. You know, listen. When there's a negative thought in our head, you know, we're back into that 88% negative mindset. Well, there is the opposite. And that's the positive mindset, the 88% positive mindset. Now, my belief is once we've done a lot of healing on our emotional wounds and traumas and hurts, and we're able to connect to a deeper, heartfelt mindset, the heart mindset, the unconditional mindset, it maybe become a lot easier for the positive energy, the spirit energy to flow into our being. And when as it flows into our being, we can become better at believing in that experience, the positive belief. Physically, you know, holding that positive belief, not just the words. They're not just words. We're setting the intention, the positive intention, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And the more we practice that, we begin to deepen the belief within ourselves of that positive mindset, of that positive experience. That takes practice. And yeah, don't worry. Our ego is the sort of duality, the positive, the negatives, the good, the bad, light and dark. It's okay. You know, we're going to mix and match. We can't always be in one zone. But instead of defaulting, you know, when things are going a little bit back, defaulting back to our 88% negative mindset, how do we stop? You know, for every negative mindset, for every negativity, there has to be a positive. How do we, and you're sitting down journaling, and I will encourage people to do a lot of journaling. You know, write a list of the negatives, and then explore what might be the positive, the polar opposite to that, the positive. Write that down. Even that process of beginning to write that down, all right, we might moan and groan and mumble and, oh, this is bullshit, but put it down on paper. Practice it. It's just like, in the early days of practicing writing gratitude statements. Oh, yeah, I'm writing. And eventually, with more and more practice, I began to look forward to writing gratitude statements. 3 gratitude statements in the morning as I'm beginning to journal. It was like setting the intention for the day. Wow, what a beautiful way to start the day. Yeah, I might have had a shit sleep the night before, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't help, but push through. Okay, that's just acceptance of that. Practice developing, setting the intention, write down your positives. And the more we deepen that, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, the more that's going to impact and flow down into our deeper consciousness. And it deepens our essence, deepens our worth within ourselves. What a gift. What a beautiful gift to begin to practice that. It won't be easy, but the more we practice it, the better at it we get, to deepen the belief within ourselves. Be gentle and enjoy.